Hi everyone, welcome to today's discussion. So today we're going to be looking at holistic farming, and the subtitle is saying the art of low-cost farming by tapping into natural systems. Who am I? So I would like to start with introducing myself so that you know who I am, and of course you get to understand why I'm even getting to present such a topic. My name's Martin Muma. I train individuals and groups how to build systems around their projects and farms, how to produce healthy and nutrient dense produce and lower the cost of production, how to stand out on the market and become self-reliant and independent. So these are the things I do for my clients. And the reason why I am actually emphasizing or preaching so much about being reliant, being independent, or maybe even systems, it's because of how volatile things have become. So some of you may be wondering as to what even gives me the right to talk about these things, and where maybe did I get the training for me to actually start addressing these issues. Okay, so my experience in farming is not one that came from sitting on a desk being lectured or tutored, but it's something that I've learned and the knowledge I've accrued along the years. My farming journey started way back in 2017. I started out as somebody that could farm just like any other person out there. But along the way, I actually started thinking of or started questioning the methods I was using, and actually resorted to start searching for other alternatives. Not until I found myself on this path. So, in that, I would say that is what gives me the right to actually address certain of these issues or even present this to you. So as you can see, this is a picture we took after our tomato project or during our tomato project. They were being sorted and packaged, ready for the market. Here is a picture of green pepper. We were in a field of green pepper harvesting, getting them ready for the market as well. Here is my picture during a training that I had at the client's farm. I was training the workers and having a word with them on how best they can have or enhance skills on how best they can take care of the animals at the farm. So, like I alluded to earlier on, I am personally advocating or staunchly advocating for systems. Now, what is a system? A system is a set of things working together as parts of a mechanism or an interconnecting network, a complex wall. E.g., a human being is built up of different systems: respiratory system, reproductive system, the circulatory system. So now, the respiratory system is in charge of breathing. The reproductive system is in charge of procreation. Circulatory system is in charge of making sure that blood is transported to the areas of the body where it's needed. Systems are cheap, but only requires patience to mature. I must make a disclaimer from the onset. I am not here to promote a miracle product or anything that I'll tell you to say this one will work wonders just on its own. I am here to advocate for people to start looking at things as parts that should connect in order to come up with something that will either be producing medication, producing food, or whatever it is that they will need in the journey of their projects or their farming. Most of our projects, unfortunately, and farms are running on products. Now, products are expensive. What is a product? A product is simply something that I'll sell to someone. For me to produce that product, I must be able to know the formula and the ingredients. So now, on the flip side, instead of me selling you a product, a finished thing, I want to help you understand the raw materials you need to run your farms cheaply. In short, I'm making lives and projects cheaper than it should normally be. I want you people to have the formulas and not the products that you will pay for exorbitantly that could not even work at all. Now, here is our dilemma. The biggest problem currently is that we are in no way self-sufficient. We are in no way able to stand on our own if any one of the systems that we depend on were to collapse. Let's take, for example, when we get sick, we entrust our health and well-being in the hands of a medical expert. When we get sick, the first thing that comes to our mind is going to the clinic. But one thing we must realize is the first clinics that we must all know or run to is our homes. Meaning, we must have or we must cultivate the tendency of needing to know how our body functions, such that if anything goes wrong or if we have a headache, we would be able to spot the cause and not simply rush to quench the headache. That is a very, very deadly mistake that we make. We are so vulnerable in this area. Now, this vulnerability has actually been transferred to our farming life, which is now costing us more than we should be spending. Farming has become somewhat the same. Now, farming necessities, inputs, fertilizers, and pest control all have become an exclusive domain of the experts, not the farmers. If I have a land of, say, 10 hectares, and I'm not able to produce my own feed, I'm not able to produce my own medication, I'm not even able to produce my own pesticides, then that land does not necessarily belong to me. By name it does, but by production it belongs to the people that we buy the products from. We must wake up because we must become self-reliant. We need to change the narrative of how farming is being done. We need independence. We need the art and we need it urgently, because at the end of the day, when any one of the systems gets to collapse, we will find ourselves in very big trouble.